Hey John, it's Rob. Wanted to get the video out to you so you have something to reference for go working out tomorrow. First one I'm going to play here is the one where you are still rotating a little uneven, and I'll isolate that for you and show you. Weren't quite making a level hip turn, and I'm going to show you the before, and then I'll show you when you were making the hip turn, just so you have something to compare the two to. All right, so I'm going to get you here, just get you started. I'm going to draw in some radiant points and isolate the hip here, so we can make sure and take a look at it. We'll look at the hip plane here, and then we'll also look at the pivot point in the hip as we get to the top of a backswing. So let me get that in real quick. It's going to look something like this, and we'll take you to the swing here. So I'm going to rotate you about halfway back position. You want to notice how well that looks. Okay, we'll get you back here. I'm just going to draw that in for you real quick. If you'll notice your halfway back position, pardon me, one tool, grab the right one. Halfway back position looks really nice. We talked about geometry and physics. Geometrically, you're setting yourself up to make a very nice straight golf swing. I look at these two and the way they match. Very nice, my friend. Very nice. And I'm going to take you all the way back up. And you'll notice as the hip starts to turn here, I'm getting a little high hip in the right and a little downward motion into the left. So it's not quite a level hip turn. And I'm going to draw in another gradient line here. So I'm starting to get just a little bit of high to low, and it's going to be magnified as we come to the top of the backswing. And here we go, top of the backswing. You'll see that hip right there. It's continuing to rotate higher and higher. So as we get to the top here, you'll notice right here, you'll see how the gradient, and I'll draw a secondary line in, is right on the hip line. So you'll see that's not really a level hip turn. That's kind of a high to low, and you'll notice in the red circle the hip continued to move higher, and also you'll notice by doing that maneuver that we straightened out the right knee considerably, all right? Which has put a lot more weight back here on your heel than I would like to see. So a lot more weight back here. We've gotten away from the balls of our feet weight, which we need to maintain our balance good. All right, let's take you into impact. So what you've been doing, so you weren't going the seesaw move from right to left, high to high. So you came through this and you did save it, end up making a more level hip turn, I should say, as you get into impact. So here we go. Bring you down into impact, and rotation is nice. So we're going to bring you back through here, and as we talked about all day long, the cup is dead center, and right here, that's dead center. As you can see, you're crossing over the cup here pretty nicely. That's going to be a center right. If I follow that on, it's going to look something like that. We can live with that. Full extension, beautiful. Love the shoulder extension here, all the way down to the club head, very nice. And let's see what kind of finish. I think we get a little bit of a fake finish here. We worked on that later on. And as we come around, yeah, we're getting a little bit of fake finish here. And as we talked about, get rid of all this stuff. As we talked about, I'm seeing a lot more toe on the line, on the ground than I would like to see. I'd like to see this pointed and coming up, so the toe is here, so I know we've done a complete weight shift from right to left. So I talked about going ahead and finishing this high, and go ahead and have the rotation. The belt buckle is kind of pointing here now. I'd like to see it a little more left and get this weight, the remaining weight back here, off of the right side and onto the left. All right, so now let's take a look at one that we did a little bit better. And let's take a look at this. Let me speed this up, get us into the position, and then I will come in and draw lines again. Okay, here we go. So let me get the gradient lines in again, please. Come here, and gradient here, and then I'm going to come in and isolate the left hip, pardon me, the right hip, and the pivot point, and then I'll go the gradient in for the hip line as we start to rotate. Here we go. Again, you'll notice beautiful alignment as far as we come back halfway position. Very nice, John. Very nice, very nice. And we're going to rotate back, and now you'll notice how the hip is turned to actually making a level turn. Notice in the red box how there's not much movement into the hip. This indicates a level hip turn. Very nice, John. Very nice. You're rotating squarely and level, and you'll notice the line I draw in now, the gradient, is square. It's there, okay? Before, when we weren't making a level hip turn, we had a massive gradient from high, pardon me, wrong tool, okay. Get the right one. We had a massive gradient that went from high to low, similar to that. Now we have a gradient that's level hip turn. Very nice, John. Then we'll come through, impact, and we're going to release. The release here is beautiful. If I come back and isolate the release, See the hands? Very nice, John. Very nice timing on the release. Full extension. Beautiful. Come through. And my friend, I don't think you can hit it any straighter than that because dead center is here. And here you are. Boom. Very nice, John. Very nice. Dead center. Let me see the finish, please. All the way around. Come around. Get up. Much nicer. Much nicer. Now look at this foot. Very nice, John. We have transferred all of our weight now. Look, vertical. Very nice. Look how little pressure is on back here. It's because we've transferred it. I'm looking at the belt buckle now. It's pointing left of left. Very nice. Beautiful. Great adjustment. Now let's look at that pitching motion that we talked about. And you notice we have a little bit of open here, which is beautiful. Hips are a little bit open. Beautiful. And then we have square shoulders here. Okay? Very nice. Very nice. Right? We're going to come back in linear track. As we come back, we're off the golf ball here, and as you can see, we have linearly tracked off this golf ball, not made our inside motion so quickly. Come back to our back position. Head stays down and motionless. Lower body is quiet. And as we come back here, you notice we regain linear at a much earlier place. Let me get rid of some of this stuff here, please. So we regain linear really quickly back here. Normally we would be coming from 7 o'clock in to 1 o'clock, the inside out move to our golf ball. Now because we're pitching and accuracy is at a premium, we're coming dead linear into this golf ball. So we're going to have much more control and be able to dictate the direction of this golf ball a little bit better. So we're coming directly into it. Going to come very into the back of it. As you notice, get this out of the way, this ball travels dead straight. Very nice, John. So just as a reminder, we're going to open our position 20 degrees, both feet open. That's going to open our hips. The last thing we're going to do is that will at that point open our shoulders. The very last thing we're going to do is square those shoulders to the target line. And then we're going to make our motion. We're just going to move off the golf ball linearly, go into our swing, come back down, obtain linearly again, about 12 to 16 inches away from the golf ball, come into the golf ball with a square club head, and make our stroke and finish out into a nice stable position, and the ball will track dead straight. So let's go forward a little bit. Boom, 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 and as you can see, this ball will continue dead center. There you go, my friend. That's what I have for you. Only swing thoughts I want you taking to the course is level, hit, turn, and finish. It was a pleasure, as always. So if you need any more help, I am always here. Give me a call. Right now, I wish you a great big warm aloha.